It's your boy Rebuke All Devils, coming back to you once again live in the flesh and in the spirit. Want to say what's up to all the YouTubers out there. We got this story, man, coming from Eyewitness News, ABC 7. 33-year-old tech entrepreneur targeted, executed in luxury New York City condo, according to the police. This story was Wednesday, July 15, 2020. Tech guru murdered. So let's find out the details about this. All right. Lower East Side, Manhattan, WABC. Investigators say a 33-year-old tech entrepreneur was targeted and executed in his Lower East Side apartment this week, and sources say there appeared to be a professional attempt to cover up the crime. The investigation into the grisly scene stretched into a second night Wednesday at 365 East Houston Street. A woman who says she is best friends with 33-year-old Fahim Saleh said police found his body inside the $2.4 million condo Tuesday after a neighbor heard screaming and loud noises on Monday. Man, that's tragic. Wow. She said the neighbor called the victim's sister, who checked on him and found his dismembered body in his condo. His limbs and head were stuffed in bags in the living room. Wow. Can you imagine how traumatic that was when his sister found his body like that, family? Man, I hope and pray the Most High have, put peace on her family and on her soul. Man, I couldn't even imagine that, man. I'm surprised the lady didn't go into shock immediately. Police say the murderer used a power saw to dismember the body, an act that was possibly interrupted when Salah's sister called up from the street, causing the suspect to flee down the fire stairs. Wow. I wonder how they know he fled down the fire stairs. I wonder if there's video footage of it. The condos in the building are full floor, and the keyed elevator opens right into the apartment. Saleh used a key fob to select his floor in the elevator Monday, but surveillance video shows a man wearing black and carrying a bag following him on and acting like he selected a different floor. But when they arrived on the 7th floor, the man followed Saleh off and possibly knocked him out with a taser. Wow, man, it's so important to pay attention to your surroundings. Man, that is so sad. Inside Salah's living room, sources say it appeared the killer worked hard to cover their tracks, but was perhaps interrupted or got spooked before getting rid of the evidence. Friends describe him as a brash and innovative entrepreneur who started businesses in Nigeria and elsewhere in the developing world. I've never met anyone like him. He's always on the go, extremely positive, uplifting. The glass is half full. Just a really, really good friend who's always there for you, the victim's friend said. Mitchell Glickson was walking his dog Tuesday when Salah's sister ran from the building after making the disturbing discovery. I can only imagine. She wanted to get up out of there. Man, she was probably panicking and crying, and oh man, this is a tragic story. I think people have moments of distress in their life, but I don't think people have moments of grief like that, Glickson said. That was real grief. Guttural, animalistic. She wasn't okay. Guttural, animalistic. She wasn't okay. Man, I bet she wasn't. How could you be? Finding your brother like that. How could you be? It remains unclear how the victim died. Investigators are on the scene to examine the remains for trauma that would have caused his death. Salah's family released the following statement. The headlines talk about a crime we still cannot fathom. Fahim is more than what you are reading. He is so much more. His brilliant and innovative mind took everyone who was a part of his world on a journey, and he made sure never to leave anyone behind. Fahim found success at an early age and built on it year after year, while remaining grounded and committed to helping others. No matter what he did it while thinking of the greater good and his family. His parents and his sisters were his light, and he was theirs. Man, he sounded like a genuinely good man. There are no words or actions to provide any of us comfort except the capture of the person who exhibited nothing short of evil upon our loved one. For now, we ask for journalists and members of the public to respect our family's privacy and allow for us to grieve during this unimaginable time. Please do not attempt to contact us, other members of the extended family and friends, unless we reach out to you. We need and urge the NYPD and other members of law enforcement to work diligently to get to the bottom of this horrific crime and bring justice for Fahim. Gokada, a ride-sharing startup company based in Nigeria that was co-founded by Saleh, released the following statement Wednesday. We are deeply saddened to inform you about the sudden and tragic loss of our founder and CEO, Fahim Saleh. Fahim was a great leader, inspiration, and positive light for all of us. Our hearts go out to his friends, family, and all those feeling the pain and heartbreak we are currently experiencing here at Gokada. Fahim's vision and belief in us will be with us forever, and we will miss him dearly. Thank you for understanding as we get through this. And as we see, there go Fahim Saleh, 1986 to 2020, CEO of Gokada. You came and inspired young people. You came with a solution for our traffic paralysis. You will remain in our hearts. Man, Fahim, may you rest in peace, man. And I'm so sorry that happened to you and your family. It definitely seems like you had an impact on a lot of people worldwide, you know, from America to Nigeria and everywhere else you touch people. Wow. All right, family. Let's go up here and check out these two videos, and let's see what you know, what they have to report on. Let's see if they can give us some additional details. Here we go.
A 33-year-old tech guru in his multi-million-dollar luxury condo.
We're now getting a better picture of what went down in his final moments alive.
Eyewitness News reporter Josh Einiger at the scene tonight on the Lower East Side. Josh?
Well, first of all, Joe, tonight Fahim Saleh's family, as police continue to work around the clock to figure out who wanted him dead.
The investigation at this grisly scene stretched into a second night, where amid the cops and the noise and all that yellow tape, there was a single bouquet of flowers from a friend.
Because he was beautiful, and there should be some beauty here.
Hey guys, if you don't already know me, I'm Fahim Saleh.
At only 33, friends say Fahim Saleh was already a rock star entrepreneur with extensive business dealings in Nigeria and elsewhere in the developing world. He recently spent more than $2 million on this condo at Houston in Suffolk, where Monday afternoon he'd be executed, his body methodically dismembered by his killer in what police believe was an attempt to cover up the crime.
Kind of heard us wailing and screaming, and I just heard he has no head.
Mitchell Blitzen was walking his dog when Saleh's sister ran from the building after finding her brother dead. Sources close to the investigation say they believe the killer was a professional. Video shows him following Saleh into the elevator Monday afternoon and possibly knocking him out with a taser when the door opened on his floor. After killing him, cops say the murderer used a power saw to dismember the body, an act possibly interrupted when Saleh's sister called up from the street. He fled down the fire stairs as she made a discovery that will forever haunt anyone within earshot of her anguish.
Guttural, animalistic. Very, like, she wasn't okay. I think people have moments of distress in their life, but I don't think people have, like, moments of grief like that. That was real grief.
Sources close to the investigation tell Eyewitness News detectives have been looking into documents and devices related to Saleh's business dealings overseas, but if they're any closer to a motive here, they have not revealed it publicly. One other thing, though, that to keep in mind, typically when there is surveillance video, and we know there is surveillance video, police will release it to the public only when they're truly stumped and they need help. So far, they've released no video.
So there you have it, family. There you have it. Let's see the second video. Man, that is terrible. This is one of the worst crimes I've ever had to report on. Let's check this out.
With Domino's.
Hold on. I'm just gonna kind of mute that. You know, YouTube sometimes trip off of the music in the background. They'll hit you with a copyright strike or something like that. You know what I mean? So just for, you know, safety purposes, you know what I'm saying, we'll just go ahead and cut that music out in the background like that. So yeah, once again, man, our prayers go out to Saleh's family, you know, very much so. Man, I can't even imagine.
Investigation is going on in Manhattan. Police are searching for a killer after a man's body was found dismembered and put into plastic bags inside that victim's multi-million-dollar condo. The gruesome scene was discovered on the Lower East Side. That's where we find Eyewitness News reporter Candace McCowan with more on this. Good morning, Candace.
Michelle, good morning. As Charlene and I were just discussing, this is like a movie scene, and there's still so many questions about what led up to this morning. We're here on Houston Street, and investigators are still in front of this luxury building. Now, it was the victim's sister who discovered that scene yesterday afternoon. Video from Newscopter 7 shows her and the victim's dog being helped into a police car. It was a neighbor who heard screaming coming from that apartment who then notified the sister. Investigators saying that the 33-year-old victim is a tech entrepreneur. He was found dismembered with his head and limbs stuffed in a bag. Sources saying it appears the killer wanted to cover his tracks, but possibly was interrupted before he could leave with the evidence. And police have video of that suspect from surveillance cameras showing him entering the elevator with that victim. Now, investigators are now looking into the victim's financial dealings, trying to understand more about what might have led up to this gruesome killing. They are still waiting for the medical examiner to officially identify the victim.
Wow. So, man, can you imagine getting in the elevator with someone not knowing that they're fixing to take your life? Oh, man, that is just sad, man. Once again, man, my condolences and my heart go out to the family and the friends of the victim, and I hope the police catch you. I hope the police catch you, and I hope you get justice. I hope you go to jail forever. I hope you die in prison, because no one should have to suffer a fate like that. But I say Shalom, family. Please like, subscribe, and share, and click on that notification bell, and drop your comments down below. You know, tell me what y'all think, you know, happened. You know, tell me y'all views on this tragic story. And feel free to leave your condolences for the family. To the next episode. Shalom.